Hey everyone, Ryan here, and this is my review of the LEGO Star Wars 7655 Clone Troopers Battle Pack. It has 58 pieces and cost just $10 when it was released back in 2007. I'm filming this review 15 years later in 2023, and adjusted for inflation, that'd be about $15 now, and for some reason, LEGO's now charging $20 for battle packs. Side note, this set is worth over $100 sealed now, so maybe $20 isn't so bad. The box for this one's pretty cool, as the art wraps from the left side all the way around on the right side. It also has the Build Your Army logo on the bottom left, and there exists a variant of this box that doesn't have the Build Your Army logo on the bottom left. I don't know why there are two. Anyway, the back of the box has something I wish they'd bring back, and that is showing all 4 troopers in the battle pack. We see all of the clone troopers and then all of the other January 2007 sets that they really want you to buy. As you'll see, if we open the box, you'll find your bags and the instruction manual, and flipping to the back of the instruction manual, they have a really cool scene where you have the droid battle pack taking on the clone battle pack, and then they again advertise the January 2007 sets, and then they also advertise some summer 2006 sets. They really wanted you to go out and buy more stuff, and I don't blame them. The products were pretty good at this time. Our first minifig is the plain Phase 2 Clone Trooper, and these were introduced a couple years prior in 2005 for Revenge of the Sith. The torsos on them, though, were actually introduced in 2002 for Attack of the Clones. So the torso, being the realistic movie style, was carried over here, and then the helmet, of course, was completely changed from the Phase 1 to the Phase 2 style, and the Phase 2 style OG LEGO helmet is a really cool look. It actually has a black head underneath, which is what makes the helmet look like it has the black visor on the front. I don't know why this was the style LEGO was going for in the early 2000s. They didn't do it with Stormtroopers, but for some reason they did it with Clone Troopers. It's a cool look nonetheless that has aged like a fine wine as the classic look for LEGO Clone Troopers. And then flipping around back, you have the standard back print. Next we have the Shock Trooper, which takes that Phase 2 design and adds a lot of red to it. You can see the red breastplate, the red belt, and then on the helmet there are tons of additional red markings. I really love how well executed the red on the top of the fin is, and all of the little lines and detail, and even the red cheek marks are a nice touch, something that you wouldn't think LEGO would be able to do in 2005, but they went and did it. Even the back of the Shock Trooper has a bit of red at the bottom, and that brings us to our 327th Star Corps Trooper, which has additional yellow markings and even more extra detail around the neck area, and even on the back of this figure, they have a small additional bit of printing, but what you'll notice at the time is LEGO's quality control, much like today in 2023, wasn't quite the best. You can see the print for the Shock Trooper is really sharp on the back, and the print for the 327th Trooper is really blurry on the back. And if we insert a regular Trooper in the middle, you can see kind of a gradient to how the quality of the back print goes as far as sharpness is. Very, very odd. Definitely something that wouldn't fly today, but certainly went under the radar back in the day. Overall, this is considered one of the best Battle Pack minifigure lineups of all time, not because they're the best versions of these clone troopers that LEGO ever created. 2014 happened, but for a battle pack to have 2 regular troopers and then 2 other army buildable troopers that are kind of cool as well was just amazing, and something that people really want LEGO to do again. The builds in this set consist of a stationary turret and a little speeder. We'll start with the turret first. It's a really simple design, about 10 pieces, takes 5 seconds to build, and it's pretty cool for that. Like, it looks really good for as simple as it is for its advent calendar-esque size and build, and yeah, I quite like it, but it's missing the gun on top because it's a multi-use blaster in this set. The Shock Trooper holds his blaster, and then when he wants to put it to use here, basically on a tripod, I guess you could imagine it, just attach it into the cone, and then you can place him on the back end here, and now he is manning the weapon. I think that's a pretty cool way to do it, and you can even spin this while it's in the cone so it can look in different directions. Now, when it comes to the speeder, it basically color matches what we had with the turret, and I do like the design of it, but it is really bare bones. It's super simple and something that LEGO would do better versions of in the future, and it's also missing a weapon at the back to get started here. We got another multi-use blaster from one of your regular clones. Just take it out. You'll see that Technic pinhole there. You just place it in and you are good to go. It's another thing that can spin around and shoot in different directions. Now, it's not the best, but you can take this clone trooper and sit him right there. And I say it's not the best because it's one really tight and then it's 4 studs, so you can have trouble like trying to get him off. You'll pull the helmet off before you actually can pull the figure off, so you kind of have to wiggle him back and forth to get him out of there. And then to pilot the speeder, you have a couple handlebars, as well as what I always assume to be a couple of cannons on either side of the speeder bike. Always really like the way they look because they use the OG style Clone Blaster, or just Lego Star Wars Blaster in general, or Megaphone. There's a few different uses these have had over the years. But we've got a seat here we can place our 327th in, and he gets to lean back ever so slightly. But he could theoretically maybe grab the handlebar if you twisted his hand and made him lean forward, but I do think that's a little bit difficult to do if possible at all. But with 2 clones on board, I think the speeder bike looks far better than it does empty. Like, this really helps fill it out and makes it a better design. There's the front end, and then the bottom side has these 2 like skids on the bottom. I do kind of wish they used inverted tiles instead. It would be a bit smoother on surfaces like this. This Clone Battle Pack is legendary, not just because it was one of the first 2 battle packs in 2007, but because it let you build multiple factions of your clone army at once for a very affordable price. $15 in today's money. That's $5 cheaper than battle packs cost now. It's insane what you were able to do back in the day. So I gotta give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Taking the nostalgia goggles off, there are certainly some quality issues with the prints on the back of some of these troopers, and definitely it's a classic look. It's something you have to like, but it's one of my favorite battle packs of all time. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and you can check out more LEGO Star Wars reviews on the end screen now.